Plymouth Rock's a joke. It shouldn't even be marked as anything at that point. Because they just put that rock down.
Yeah.
Because it had to be around here somewhere. Just pick this and fence it off. Nobody knows where they actually pulled up.
All right, I think this is a good time to transition into our So New England segment. Music, which you didn't hear.
You want it again?
No, yeah, go for it again, just so we can hear it. That's it, just music that you missed, but you're
Wow,
good.
thank God I put on these headphones for that.
My bad. I was letting you know that there was sound in the headphones.
No, that horn never gets old either, to be honest with you. That little thing, honestly, yeah. I feel like I got to drop a hot 16 right now on Tim Westwood or something.
All right, what is the most overrated and underrated thing about Boston?
The most overrated thing? Lobster rolls.
In Boston specific, or is New England as a whole?
Oh, I would say that's interesting. I'm going to say New England as a whole, a lobster roll. I think for the amount of money that you pay for a lobster roll, it's kind of underwhelming. There's also too many ones that suck.
Yeah.
I'm not saying there's no good lobster rolls. They're just too far and few between for me, personally.
I got you.
I think if you think it's something that's connotated with New England, I'm pretty a lobster roll, I think it's safe to say is that.
Yeah.
Definitely that between that and Plymouth Rock. Plymouth Rock's a joke. It shouldn't even be marked as anything at that point. Because they just put that rock down.
Yeah.
Because it had to be around here somewhere. Just pick this and fence it off. Nobody knows where they actually pulled up. Nobody would some guy sat there drawing the whole thing. Would they let him off before everybody else? And he's sitting there with an easel, just doing a little charcoal action. No. Sorry. It's either that. I'm going to go with the lobster roll. Most overrated. Absolutely. You said underrated thing?
The most underrated thing.
I am going to go with the most underrated thing, New England, Massachusetts. I will say this is a very interesting question. Underrated. I'm going to go with I think we have great roast beef. We have great regionally relevant food items. I think the most, not to stay on the food thing, but we have very regionally relevant. I mean, think of everywhere else around the country.
Yeah.
Steak tips are only here. Roast beef's only here. I think bar pizza's only here. There's a lot of stuff that's just lobster rolls are only here. For the most part, I mean, you can import them other places, but this is the mecca of it, right? Yeah, I know it sounds kind of hypocritical because I just said lobster rolls are overrated, but I'm saying,
yeah, you're right though. You're right.
I would say our locally relevant food items. That's what I would say personally.
There
you go. If you could add a seventh state to New England. Could be a country, region, area, whatever you want. It comes with everything. It brings the food, the culture, the people, traffic, whatever it is. What would you bring?
I'm going to say this is different. Okay, if it's gonna be domestic, it's easy to say Florida.
It could be international too.
It could be international.
It could be just like a city. If you wanted to just have Florence, if you wanted to just have Dublin, Ireland, if you wanted just a particular city, state, or
I'd like in me being 100% Italian, I'd love to bring us Sicily.
Hell yeah.
I would love to. But
my friend, you already have it. Go to Federal Hill.
Yeah, it's right there in Sicily. Oh my God. Yeah. Or Gloucester. Shout out to Gloucester, Mass.
Yeah.
Sicilian capital of America. Bro, honestly, if it's not Sicily, I'm probably gonna snag Albania. I'm gonna bring in the Albanians, bro. The Albanians are effective. Very effective. Very effective ethnic group of people, bro. I'm going to tell you right now, you can put them anywhere and they just plug in and just figure it out. They own everything. They mob up if they have to. You know what I'm saying? You always got somebody in the Rolodex and the phone. I'm telling, they party. Yes. They have great European culture that's still, with the music, they dance, they cook. I would bring in the Albanians. There's already a million of them here anyways.
Yeah.
So who cares? Yeah, just bring in the Albanians and make it an official thing.
All right. Rank the New England states in order from favorite to least favorite.
Favorite to least favorite. Yep. Massachusetts is obviously going to stay my favorite. I'm going with a second. I'm going to put New Hampshire as my second. I am.
Love that.
Third is going to be Rhode Island. Fourth will be Maine. Fifth will be Connecticut. Sixth will be Vermont. That's everyone.
It's a great list.
Yeah, I just don't know that there's Vermont's kind of one dimensional. Also, Burlington has a ton of homeless people in it. Tons. I will say this, though. Burlington, Vermont, according to What Did You Eat Today, Sir?
Yes.
And Al Graziano, our head franchisee at Dave's Hot Chicken, New England, the best pizza they've both ever had is at
Vermont.
Ida's in Burlington.
Yes.
Because this greaser off the boat guy has it. You'd never think it was there. You would never think pizza with Burlington, Vermont. And Al Graziano's from Italy.
Yeah.
Like moved here when he was a kid, speaks fluent Italian. He's like, that's the best pizza I've ever had. He's had pizza everywhere.
When I do anything food related, that's the first page I go to is his.
What did you eat today, sir?
Mike, yeah.
Mike's
Always.
awesome. So Mike went to school with my brother.
Yeah,
in Revere. Awesome kid.
He did a great pod. He had some severe hot takes, and they were fucking awesome.
What, Mike?
Yeah.
Mike's a good dude.
Yeah,
Mike's
we
an
love
awesome
Mike.
guy. Yeah, cool
Friend
dude.
of the pod.
How
friend
about
of the
sports
pod.
teams? Rank them.
Power ranking?
Power ranking.
This is going to be
Favorite to least
controversial.
favorite.
Oh, man, this is going to be controversial.
New England
This is
only.
tough.
And
New
also,
England
you got to
only.
include the Revs. You got to include the Fleet. You got to include
yeah.
the Legacy.
We're
You gotta-
coming up out here.
We're bringing the
this
Free
is-
Jacks. Bring them all in, man.
Oh, man. All right. I got to go by sports that I'm like hip with then. Okay, so I'd have to put like I'm going to sound like an asshole saying this. I'm going to put the Legacy last. That's the women's soccer team.
Yes.
Okay. Boston Cannons.
Yes.
Okay.
They're
All
up
right.
there.
I'm going to
Hell
put the Boston Cannons last. I'm going to put the Legacy second to last. After them, I am going to put the I don't want I'm going to put the Free Jacks. Rugby's an awesome sport, but I need a little more exposure on it. I need to watch it a little bit more. I'm going to put the Fleet after that, I think in sixth place.
Sure.
What this sounds like. The PWHL is actually a great product. Like objectively, it's
The
an
Fleet
awesome
barely
product.
lost. I mean, they were in the playoffs there. They were almost in the championship.
Dude, it's great. Like I skate 3 times a week. Like hockey's like a passion of mine. Like I love hockey. My dad was a coach and everything. The PWHL is actually a great product. Like it's
Hell yeah.
awesome. Yeah, it is.
They crushed it. They sold out the Garden. which
All
is
they
awesome.
need to do is take off the cages and let them hit and fight.
Yep.
And it'll be the biggest thing in the world. I'm telling you right now, let the girls play. They're pros.
Mhm.
Why are they wearing cages? They're pros.
Mhm.
These girls are the best. Like, let them play.
Hell
let them
yeah.
hit. Let them fight. Just like guys do. Let them do their thing. You know what I'm saying? After that, I'm going to put the Revs. Soccer is a thing that's growing on me. I also love the World Cup. Like, I love the World Cup. I don't watch a single Premier League game ever. The Bundesliga, none of that. I will sit and just crush World Cup games. I love World Cup. I'm going to put the Celtics at number 4. Basketball's always just been like my least favorite of the 4 major sports. That being said, I'm a sports fanatic, so this just happens to be in 4th. I never played basketball, was never really tall enough to do so. So that's just going to be a 4th for me. I'm going to put the Red Sox at 3. No, I'm going to put the Pats at 3. I think I have to. I have to. Yeah, I have to. Only because, like, again, I only played like 1 year of football my senior year in high school. So, and again, I love the NFL. Like, I'm a diehard Pat fan. Diehard.
Well, you rattled off some teams earlier when we asked you the question about the state, so you definitely know ball.
Definitely. Yeah. Like 100%. Like, I'm a sports fanatic.
Yeah.
And so I got to put the Pats at 3. The Sox are going to come in at number 2 because I briefly played college baseball. And then the Bruins are that's my heart and soul.
Big
That's
hockey
my
guy.
life.
That I knew.
Yeah, it's just
I knew
that's
hockey was
me.
your thing.
I'm not saying it's like, and I'm not saying that's like metrically accurate based on viewership, but hockey's that's my
Yeah.
sport.
That's
like
it.
That's your viewership.
This is a
as
big
well.
question, brother.
No, yeah, and I really think when the Bruins remember 2011?
Yeah.
This whole New England was on fire.
Yep.
That was the fun. I don't care what anybody says. That was the funnest playoff run I've ever watched of any Boston sports team. Any playoff run to a title, that's the best outside of maybe 04 with the Red Sox.
Yeah.
That's it.
That was my first introduction to hockey because growing up in Rhode Island, hockey's not big in Southern Rhode Island. Not that Southern Northern Rhode Island is really that far, but I only saw it on TV.
Shout out to Nola Chari.
That was before TV was
sat
good
in front of me
enough.
at homeroom.
Really?
Yeah.
He's not like that big of a guy. He's like my height. Isn't he like a regular sized dude?
Yeah.
And you
Really
think
cool guy.
Yeah, I heard he's a beast. Continue.
Yeah.
Sorry.
No, it's okay. I was trying to think who that was, and I was like, oh no, you went to Hendrick in your first year. I was like, I don't know who that is. But yeah, it was electric because that is how I got introduced to hockey. And it was so much fun to be part of that as a fan and kind of be immersed into that because where I went to school, our hockey team was good. So like hockey was a thing. And I lived with some diehard Bruins fans.
Bro, it was so, I was 19. It was 1 year out of high school. And dude, just so much fun to watch. Like it was must watch TV. I watched every single game.
Absolutely.
Everything.
Red Sox crack and the Celtics fly. Patriots fight and the Bruins grind. From 6 great states, we raise this